going to use this carbide burr on my my Do More hand grinder, and I've got a can't twist clamp up here with a board in there, so I've got this far enough away from the radiator so I won't hit the radiator, but secured so that it won't be flopping all around on me when I'm trying to do this. And of course, hearing protection, eye protection. This shank on this long carbide burr that I'm using is a little bent, so it doesn't run true. Let's see, that might be close enough anyways. That one's good. So now I'm just gonna check this middle one. Yeah, gotta get that middle one. I gotta get a better tip. This is driving me nuts. Oh well. Good news is I found the skinnier burr, cone-shaped one. Bad news is that shank wasn't bent on that carbide burr. Unfortunately, it's the shaft on this grinder. Yeah, what do you want for $10? Do More grinder for $10, right? Anyways, I don't know if that's something that might be worth down the road taking apart and trying to fix. If you're going to go that far, you might as well put new bearings in the thing too. And I don't know, maybe that'll be a project down the road. Alright, this one doesn't project out as far, and since it's smaller, maybe I can control it a little bit better. That was better. It just occurred to me as I precariously perched that thing on top of the tire, that's probably how this got bent in the first place. Probably fell off a workbench and hit a shop floor and did a number on it. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll work. I'm actually not going to worry about this bottom one because I don't think... actually, I guess I could bolt the bottom one in too. It's kind of windy out here today, so there's probably going to be a lot of noise on the audio, wind noise. Yeah, I'm going to have to get that bottom one just a smidge. Pardon me. All right. Oh, yeah, I like it. I think that'll work. I guess I can hook the hose up on the other side. All right, let's see how hard this is going to be to get back in. Man, what a pain in the butt. Shoot. There's no good angle to get at that thing. Why the hell is that pipe so high? Shouldn't be. Ah, come on. All right, I think I figured it out. I pulled the end off of the radiator and stuck it onto the dog leg piece right here first, because it's a lot easier to slide it onto the radiator stub for some reason. So I got my hoses on there, my clamps on there. I also put the clamps on. I made sure I oriented the clamps in a way so that I could rotate them around. The screw head will be facing out this way, so I'll be able to get a screwdriver on fairly easily. Now, if I can just get this other end now to come up to meet that sucker on the radiator. It might be easier said than done. I can't push the radiator out that way any further because the hydraulic pump is stopping it. Alright, I take these boards out from the front. There we go, radiator will drop down. Come on. I messed up. Good thing this piece of radiator hose only cost me $3 and change, because it looks like it's going to go in the trash and I'm going to have to go buy another one. I eyeballed this measurement, and I now, what I didn't realize was I was expecting a straight shot. I now see that the original hose must have kind of dog-legged up, kind of went up like that and then leveled out. There's no way that this fitting is going to come down low enough to be in line with this fitting. So my problem now is that I don't think when it makes the turn, I don't think it's going to have enough actual hose. Yeah, there isn't enough hose actually sticking on to the spigot there. That was a mistake. I can move this dog leg forward. Oh, hold on, spoke too soon. No, now when I push it on like that, it does look like it's going to work. Well, how do you like them apples? Get to that other clamp. To tighten it's a little bit tricky. It's beginning to occur to me that this inner hose clamp, which you can't even see in the picture, I oriented it so that the screws on the top, like this one, so that I could come in this way and tighten it. But the problem is it's way in here. It would be about here. And lo and behold, there's a hole right here that's unexplained. Occurs to me that if I put the screwdriver blade through that hole, I can actually bend this hydraulic line down just enough so that I can tighten this screw on that clamp if it were on the other way. So I think I'm going to flip that one around. I can't just rotate it around because then it'll be on the bottom facing that way. And I certainly am not going to be able to get. Well, let's see how I'm going to get a screwdriver in from that side. Actually, I should look before I do this, huh? Yep, from this side. Can actually get a screwdriver right down inside there. Looks like it's not going to focus. But anyways, the other reason why I can't have the screw on the top of the hose, even if I could get a screwdriver in there, is it won't, there's not enough clearance between the bottom of this shield and where the screw needs to be. Alright. Another trick is going to be to get this, well, I guess I could get my finger on it just enough to keep it from moving while I try and tighten it. I think I got it. Not quite tight enough yet, but I think it's going to work. I've got to, yeah, you know what I need now? 1/4 inch nut driver. What did I say? 1/4 inch? I meant 5/16. Oh. Well, there's another good reason why somebody took a torch and cut out the bottom of that shield. Gives me access to this thing, which would be pretty darn difficult if it wasn't for the fact that... Oh, you know what? Actually, if I kept it rotated down a little more, I can reach under this U-joint that goes to the pump. And hey, the U-joint for the pump is yet another reason why they might have cut that shield out. If there's a Zerk fitting on that. Which, gotta think of it. I don't remember ever seeing one on there. Certainly seems like something should be lubricated, don't it? of them sealed jobs, lubricated for life. Ha 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 ha. I'll loosen it a little more with this screwdriver. Swing it down a little more. There we go. Hopefully that'll do it. There we go. Oh yeah. Nice. Kind of a bad angle to get any leverage. Hope that's tight enough. Antifreeze is very expensive. I haven't bought it in a while. I didn't realize how expensive it has gotten. Okay, I've got the 6 bolts in that go through the side of these metal pieces here and into the sides of the radiator frame. And the 2 that go through the hood. So this is all tightened up. Turns out this top bolt on this side that was originally probably missing, the nut that's welded to the inside of the frame that this screws into is stripped out. So I can't tighten this all the way without it just jumping a thread, unfortunately. I'm obviously not going to go through the trouble of fixing that. I don't think it's going to be a problem. There was several missing originally, and I've been running it that way for who knows how long, and the guy before me was probably running it that way for who knows how long. So I've got 5 good ones in there and 1 iffy one. Alright, so at this point, I think before I go any further and add so much as 1 more piece of shielding or anything, I'm going to stop and I'm going to fill the system up with coolant and run the engine and check for leaks. There's absolutely no reason why this brand new radiator core should leak. The guy's got a test tank and he put it in the test tank and pressurized it, I'm sure. So confident that the radiator's going to be okay, but just in case I get a hose or something that's giving me some leakage and I got to deal with, I'd rather deal with that now while I get this semi apart than get to the point where I've got the whole darn front end on it and find out that I wish I hadn't put it on yet. Alright, so what is my antifreeze du jour, you may ask? Well, this here is Auto Extra Concentrate Global Antifreeze and Coolant. This is the cheapest stuff that they sell at CAP, Consumer Auto Parts. Now, we have now town of Dudley and Webster pretty much are tale of 2 cities. Long story, but essentially downtown Webster used to be considered the major shopping area for Dudley back when people went shopping downtown. Small town America. Anyways, so there's a lot more commercial ventures in Webster. So we have right near the Dudley-Webster line, we have a Napa. So that's really the only auto parts store left in Dudley. And then you cross right over the line into Webster, and Webster, for whatever reason, has attracted in recent years several new auto parts stores. So for some strange reason, we have per capita what seems to be way too many auto parts stores. Now the good thing is that, pay more competition, keeps prices down to a relatively reasonable level, if you believe in that economic theory. I'm not saying I do or don't. I don't want to get into that argument. Here comes the wind. It's probably going to blow across the microphone and make whatever I'm saying unintelligible. Even more unintelligible than usual. Alright. So I checked around for prices to see if anybody had antifreeze on sale. And I was shocked at how expensive antifreeze has gotten. I was also shocked to find out how expensive some antifreezes can be, depending on what you get for formulation, what you get for a name brand, things like that. The guy at CAP, when I bought this stuff, he told me flat out, he said, this is the same stuff they're putting in brand X over there, and they're charging more money for it. So, not saying brand-wise specific or anything like that, or if you have a cooling system in your vehicle that specifies a particular type of coolant that you're supposed to be using, this plain old, good old antifreeze you got basically two general choices, which is you've got the regular, or what they're now calling concentrate, versus the diluted, or 50-50 is what they typically call it. You got to watch out, because lots of times you'll see what appears to be a really good price on a gallon of antifreeze. For instance, $10.99 a gallon. But if you look at it closely, you'll see somewhere on it, it'll tell you it's 50-50. It'll say something like, no premix necessary. What a nice group of guys they are to do that for you. They took care of it. What they did was, they took half of the antifreeze out of that jug for you and filled it with water and sold it to you for a couple bucks less. I got this on sale. Actually, it wasn't on sale. This was $12.99 a gallon, concentrate. Rounded to 13 bucks to make the math easy. $13 for this versus $11, or $10.99 rounded to $11. $11 for the 50-50 mix. If I take this is an old gallon I have here. I filled it with water. If I take this gallon of water and I mix it to this gallon of concentrate, I now have 2 gallons of 50-50 mix. Or I have basically, the 50-50 mix is 11 bucks a gallon. I have $22 worth of 50-50 mix. And how much did it cost me? The water was free, and this was $13. So now 50-50 mix, not a bad idea to have a gallon of it and keep it with you, because that's the kind of thing you can have in the trunk of your car. If you have a problem and you run low on coolant and you're in the middle of nowhere, this is the stuff that you can put in the radiator, and you don't have to mix any water with it and worry about a water source or anything like that. It's for times when it may be necessary, when it's a necessity, or times when you're just plain lazy. The rest of the time, at least for this guy, I'm just going to mix the water in the concentrate. Also, when you're shopping for stuff like this, look for online coupons, because there was nothing in the sales flyer showing any kind of a sale at all on antifreeze. But what I found was, when I went to all of the online sites, my local CAP, or actually it was a national coupon, was the only site that had a coupon for $8 off any purchase of $25 or more.
Hello?
$12.99 times 2, 26 bucks. That's just over the $25 limit, and I walked in there with an $8 coupon. Okay? So that's how cheap I got this stuff. I got this concentrate for about $9 a gallon. And my 13-year-old son decided to buy 2 while he was there too. So, and the guy at the counter didn't care. Anyways, so we got 4 gallons of concentrated antifreeze, enough to make 8 gallons of what you put into the radiator. More than enough for this application, but you know, we got other equipment around here and stuff that can always use antifreeze from time to time. You know, change the coolant, that kind of thing. So, all right, I guess I said enough about that, huh? So, you know, that's the other thing too. An old machine like this thing is not going to be picky about what I'm putting in there for coolant. It's happy to see coolant. It's the first time this thing's probably seen a good, clean mix of coolant in years. I don't remember what the capacity is. I looked it up. I could only find the capacity for the gas version of this tractor, but I think the cooling capacity is going to be the same for both the diesel and the gas, believe it or not, because they use the same block. Although, I don't know whether or not this radiator is larger for a diesel. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to pour in. I really don't have to worry about pre-mixing it out here, because the system's basically empty. So it's going to mix it when I run it, and thermodynamics take over. Well, yeah, this also isn't a siphon system. This is going to pump it in, right? Must. No? Well, I stand corrected. I guess this doesn't have a water pump. I guess it's a what they call a siphon system. So far, so good. Oh, I gotta go check what time it is. It might be time for me to go pick up my kids. Well, it's Sunday, April 10th. It's a really nice day out today, so I'm topping off the coolant on the Oliver 770. And so far I've put in 2 gallons of antifreeze plus 2 gallons of water. So it's 4 gallons, and it's just about topped off. But I haven't run the engine yet to get any air out. So that's quite a bit of coolant. So the capacity on the diesel must be larger, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't that high on the gas version that I found the specs for online. Still hear some bubbles percolating out of there. Now, a while back, I had noticed a different problem, which gave me some cause for alarm. I stuck my finger down in here just to see if the water was warm yet, which it's just getting a little bit warm, but when I took my finger out, you see I get oil. Because the oil's lighter than the water, floats on top of the water, so any oil in the cooling system is floating to the top. The issue is there shouldn't be any oil in there. So, as I had already suspected, there's oil infiltrating into the cooling system somehow, and there are a couple different possibilities of how that could be happening. None of them are easy, quick fixes. And the worst one would probably be a crack in the block or the head, which would be, well, real bad. Alright, well, I'm going to finish putting this grill on. Alright, the grill's all put back on, all put back together. So now I'm just going to take it for a spin. And then before I actually go about doing any other work like I was doing with those branches, I guess I'll put on that other heavy duty guard that I had neglected to put on, which would have saved me a lot of money. Oh well. After you see me, like, you see where the blue tractor is? Yeah. Once you see the back go over there, I just need you to push this button so that, see the word record right there? Yeah. Goes away. Okay? And then after the word record goes away, just press this button on top that says on off.
Okay.
And this lens will go in. You'll know it's off.
Okay, then what are you going to do?
And then that's it. I gotta fix that charging system. Alright, I charged the battery up. Now I'm gonna take it for a ride and warm it up. And I'll just top it off and give these a little more cool. Well, we're back to work. Don't touch the tripod.
Sorry.
Relax. Alright, don't hit the tripod. Okay?